The Lion King 2019 just hit theaters on July 19th.
So we're going to give you our spoiler-free review.
And we're going to do that by sharing with you 3 reasons you'll love the film and 1 reason you may not. Hey everybody, welcome back to Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
And it's time to talk about The Lion King 2019 in a spoiler-free manner. Now you may be asking, Kyle, how can you spoil, I was about to say A Tale as Old as Time, but that doesn't really fit with this one.
How could you spoil a 25-year
legacy,
nostalgic genius of a movie?
Well, let's just say this. There probably are some things that are different in this movie that we don't want to spoil for people. We definitely want you to experience it for yourself. So we're going to try to give you reasons to go see it. And one reason that you might kind of find some things that you don't like about it necessarily. Just a quick overview of going to see the movie without spoiling too many things for you. So we're doing it a little bit different than last time, right?
Okay.
So we're going to actually just share first 3 reasons why you should love this movie. And I think right off the top of there, you have to start with the comedic value right there. And you love a particular duo in this movie.
Is it any shock to anybody? No, it's not. That Timon and Pumbaa are the funniest part of Lion King. It's not. It's not at all. However, I would say that Pumbaa was far funnier in this movie than the original.
And I would say from my end, Billy Eichner's portrayal of Timon was by far the better of the two, because I didn't have a lot of confidence that he could do what Nathan Lane did with Timon, but wow, he knocked it out of the park. I just loved his characterization of Timon.
I think the theme of this is this movie exceeds our expectations.
It does. I think a lot of these expectations are built up in your head and it actually meets them or beats them in some areas. Speaking of expectations, you know what everybody's expecting to feel, and that's this nostalgia feel. Let me ask you this: on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did this hit your nostalgia feels?
Oh man, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Because a lot of the movie followed exactly the script of the old movie.
Again, there are a few things different, but you can expect to see a very familiar tale with some very familiar beats on this. They captured some moments in this film, not just lines or songs, but pictures. Like if you were to take a picture of a scene in this that I thought were really crucial to capturing the spirit of the original. Some things later in the film, some things earlier in the film. They did a very good job of really hitting you right here where it counts. And I think that's what makes this movie such a good one.
I agree. I completely agree. From the minute that you hear the song, do it.
Not. I'm not going to say the other words because I can't pronounce them.
You're like taken back to 1994 and you're sitting on your couch in your PJs with popcorn, watching the original.
PJs and popcorn. Were you watching PJs in the theater? Is that what you were doing?
No, I said on your couch.
On your couch. Okay, I guess. Is that the first time you saw The Lion King was on your couch?
I can't tell you the first time I saw it. I don't know.
3 times in theaters for me with my dad. This was me and my dad's movie.
I think that's nostalgic enough. Like, you remember seeing it in theaters. I don't. I was a little bit younger than you.
Yeah.
So I don't remember it that much, but I remember watching this over and over and over throughout my childhood.
Third reason that you're going to love this movie is simply the visuals.
Man.
I would equate this to Avatar for people. Like you go to see this movie again simply because of the visuals of this. I mean, it was incredible.
It was kind of like you forget that these aren't real animals. I don't even know the words.
They're not real animals.
I know, but there are parts of the movie when it's just like a big landscape scene and you're seeing all these animals go by and you're like, oh, those are just real animals. Nope. They're not.
I think a couple of shots were actual live, footage from the Serengeti.
Yeah, I heard somebody saying that after the movie.
Yeah, I heard that, probably that same individual as well. And I've heard that before.
But even the little mouse that's running around, I was like, wow, that looks like real animals.
It looks like legitimate, real animals right there in front of you for the screen. But I promise you, they're not real. So that's your 3 reasons that you're going to love it, is the nostalgia factor, the comedy factor, especially from Timon and Pumbaa, and then just the visuals. Now, one reason why you may not like this movie is, it's kind of nitpicky here, but they have to take small lines, moments out to make way for more things in this movie. And that's where we don't want to expound too much because it gets kind of spoilery.
But I'm confused by what you mean. Like you're saying that they took specific lines out of the original movie and didn't add it into this movie.
Where I think my one gripe with this movie is it was so close to a remake that I think that they almost should have gone for broke and just made it a complete remake. And where they tried to kind of add some things, they kind of had to like take certain lines out that probably would have made it like stick a little bit more.
Okay.
Or certain little moments stick a little bit more. I think that's the only reason I could find that you may not like this film is you might find some of those moments like, oh, I wish that was in there.
You might be too nostalgic.
Not too nostalgic.
Okay. And want it to be word for word identical.
Right.
That's fair. I mean, that's not what I was looking for going into this movie. So
Right.
I hope most people will go into it with an open mind, not want word for word, and it'll be all right.
So that's our only reason you may not like the movie or find a reason you're not happy with it. Now, let me address what a lot of people are unhappy with the film about, and that is the criticism of the facial expressions. Mind you, what people are expecting are human facial expressions on the faces of animals. Think about that.
The faces of animals.
People
Animals don't actually talk in real life. So we're already getting more than we should.
Exactly. So while
This is my face about that.
Well, I understand the criticism that maybe you can't get the same emotions from a moment because you're not seeing basically what looks like a crying line. They can't do that in real life. This is supposed to be a real, quote unquote,
So they
CGI.
also don't talk, so...
Exactly. So I think for you to not have that affect your viewing, you need to go in with the mind or the heart of a child, if that sounds too corny. But just go in with a little bit of innocence. If you kind of like those people that I think that have a lot of problems going to Walt Disney World and not having fun.
Yeah.
And not to say that Walt Disney World is for everyone, but those that find it too corny is they don't suspend their disbelief.
Yeah.
They don't suspend.
Just
and
engage. Just enjoy it. It is what it is, you know? It's one of those things. You're not going to get everything you want out of every movie or any movie. I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler. You can cut me out if it is. We love this movie. Just try it.
How is that a spoiler?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Sometimes I say things and you think they're spoilers. So
you have no idea how many things I have to cut out. But before I give her an opportunity to do any more spoilers in the non-spoiler review, let's go ahead and rate the film for us on a scale of 1 to 5. How likely we are to go see this film again. Ladies first.
Give it a 4.
Excuse me? What? I'm sorry. Just have your explanation.
Okay, so the only reason I don't give it a 5 is because I don't feel like I need to go see it in theaters again. I feel like I will 100% purchase this on Blu-ray the minute it comes out so that I can watch it again on my couch.
You hurt my heart.
But I saw it in theaters.
I think this is the most you've ever hurt me.
I don't think I need to see it again in theaters.
Obviously, I give it a 5. I am making plans to go see this again. I would even recommend, kind of like one of our reasons to go see this is the visuals, to go see it in IMAX. Or I might even, as much as I can't handle 3D, go see it in 3D because it's just so cool to look at.
It was. I mean, it was a great movie. I don't know. I don't like seeing movies 2 times in theaters.
Well, there you have it. 4 for Jessica, a 5 for me. Now,
so a 9 out of 10. I think that's fantastic.
Yes, that's one way to look at it. 9 out of 10. There you go. So now we want to know from you what you thought of the film. If you have seen it, if you haven't, let us know what's holding you back from seeing it, or maybe
when you're gonna go see it.
When you're gonna see it. All that stuff is fair game down in the comments section below. Just make sure you keep it spoiler free for those who haven't seen it, and make sure you vote in our poll as well. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of Eye to Eye. But until we assemble again,
may the force be with you.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye. So in The Lion King, things happened.
Do you really have your magazine still open up there so you can read? Close that thing.